Exercise 1.10 says we should simplify the following. 5 raised to the power of minus 3, looking at this is a negative indices law. So we shall apply the negative indices law, which is equal to 1 divided by 5 cube. And if you don't want to leave your answer in index form, this can be said to be 1 divided by 5 times 5 times 5, which is said to be 1 divided by 125. B, or number 2, this you can best apply the indices, the addition law, which is p squared, p raised to the power of 2 plus 5 minus 3. For the law says when you are multiplying and the bases are equal, you add their powers. But this is a negative power, so you equally add the negative power, which is minus 3. This is equal to p raised to the power of 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. So this is p raised to the power of 4. Number 3, this is equal to negative law. We have x raised to the power of minus 3 minus 7, which is equal to x raised to the power of minus 3 plus 7, which is said to be x raised to the power of 4. For number 4, this can be said to be, this is a negative power law. So this is equal to 1 divided by, into bracket, 3 over 4, or squared, which is equal to 1 divided by 9 over 4. And this can be simplified or expressed as 1 divided by 9 over 4, which is said to be equal to 1 times 4 over 9, which is equal to 4 over 9. But one thing I'd like you to understand is that a quicker way to get this is when the negative power is that of a fraction, all you need to do is to reciprocate the fraction and square. For example, I should have said this to be equal to, since this is a negative power law, get rid of the negative sign and invert the fraction, meaning instead of 3 over 4, it now gives you 4 over 3. So this is equal to 4 over 3 or squared, which you can then put as 16 over 9. Sorry, this is 16. This is 16, and we have 16, 16. So this is 16 divided by 9. Question number 5. This is equal to, you multiply out the coefficients. This is 1y squared times 1y raised to the power of minus 4 times 2y. You also apply the indices law of addition. This is 2y raised to the power of 2 in the sense that 1 times 1 times 2 is 2. 2y raised to the power of 2 minus 4 plus 1, because this has the power of 1. This is equal to 2y raised to the power of 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So this is equal to 2 times 1 over y, which is equal to 2 divided by y. So this is what you get as your answer. Question 6. 1 over 9 all raised to the power of minus half. You also invert this, and this is said to be, remember what I said concerning negative power law and fraction? This is said to be 9 raised to the power of 9 divided by 1 all raised to the power of half. And half in indices means square root. So this can be said to be 9 to power half, which is equal to square root of 9, which is equal to plus or minus 3. But you can take the absolute value and get your answer to be 3. This is equal to, number 7, 6m raised to the power of minus 1 plus 2, which is equal to 6m raised to the power of 1, and that is 6m. For number 8, this can be said to be the product law. So this is 2 raised to the power of 4 times a raised to the power of 2 times 4, which is equal to 2 raised to the power of 4 a raised to the power of 8. You can simplify this to be 16 a to power 8. Question 9. You can either use the negative power law or the product law, which will give you 3 raised to the power of minus 1 times q raised to the power of minus 2 times q, which is equal to 3 to power minus 1 times q to power minus 2 plus 1. This is equal to 1 over 3 times 1 over q, because q raised to the power of minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, and q raised to the power of minus 1 is said to be 1 over q, which is equal to 1 over 3q. So this is your answer. For question number 10, this is equal to, multiply out the coefficients. You have 2, then y raised to the power of 1 plus m minus 1 plus 1 minus m. And when you simplify, this is equal to 2y raised to the power of 1. Opening the bracket, you have plus m minus 1 plus 1 minus m. Plus 1 minus 1 is 0, plus m minus m is equally 0. So our answer is equal to 2y raised to the power of 1, which is same thing as 2y. And for question number 11, we already said the zero law means this is equal to 1. So this is same thing as 4 times 6 times 1, which is equal to 24. For question number 12, you also do same. This is 1, so we equally have it to be 13. 13 times 1 is 13, plus the whole of this is said to be raised to power 0, which means 13x all raised to the power of 0 is said to be 1. So it means 13 plus 1, which is equal to 14. This is because the zero power law applies to everything in a bracket, and we said anything raised to the power of 0 is 1. Number 13, this can be simplified to be 10a squared times 4d squared e squared, all divided by 4 to power 4 times d to power 4. So I will say that d squared will cancel d to power 4 2 times. So this is said to be d squared that is left, and this is equal to, I can simplify this to be 10 times 4 is said to be 40 divided by 4 to power 4 times a squared e squared, all divided by d squared. So you can still simplify this further. 4 into 40 is 10 times. 4 into this gives you 4 raised to the power of 3. And I will just suggest you leave it at this point. That is 10a squared e squared, all divided by d squared. Or if you want this d to be at the numerator, if you want this to be at the numerator, you can have it as 10 times 4 raised to the power of minus 3 a squared e squared d raised to the power of minus 2, and this can still hold. Question number 14. This also can be simplified as 18x raised to the power of 8 times 4 cubed times x raised to the power of 9, all divided by 24 times x raised to the power of 17. Now you can divide. If anything can go. Or you can also first of all simplify 14, 4 raised to the power of 3. And 4 raised to the power of 3 is said to be 64. So that this can be simplified to be 18x raised to the power of 8 times 64 times x raised to the power of 9 to be divided by 24 times x raised to the power of 17. I have to do this so that I can easily divide. 8 can go into 64 8 times. 8 can go into 24 3 times. 3 into itself is 1. 3 into 18 is 6. So that our answer can be said to be 6 times 8 is 48. So we have 48 x raised to the power of 8 plus 9 minus 17, because this is at the denominator, which is division. So when you add 8 plus 9, it gives you 17. 17 minus 17 is 0. That means that this is equal to 48 times 1, because x raised to the power of 0 is 1, and our answer is equal to 48. Question 15 is equal to, I'm going to cube whatever we have in this bracket. That will be 2 cube c raised to the power of 6 times cd all divided by 8 c raised to the power of 7. So from my algebra, I know that 2 cube is the same thing as 8, so they're going to cancel out, leaving us with c to the power 6 times cd times c raised to the power of minus 7. So when you simplify this, is equal to c raised to the power of 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 minus 1 is 7 minus 7 is 0. So we have c raised to the power of 0 d, which is equal to d. So our answer is equal to d. That brings us to the end of today's class. In today's class, we have looked at the indices law of multiplication, as well as the zero law of indices and the negative power indices. Kindly like my videos as you watch, while I recommend that you subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so. Also turn on the notification bell so as to be notified whenever a new video is being uploaded. You can also use the comment section to interact with me on areas that are still difficult for you to understand. You are also recommended to share the links with your friends and families so that they can also benefit from our daily classes. Thank you, and see you in our next class.